Hey everyone! Welcome to Whispers of Turkish Stars. Settle in, because all the twists and little clues are in our video. Remember to subscribe to Whispers of Turkish Stars and share this story with your friends before we dive deeper. Thank you for being here. The last few days have felt like a storm swirling around Baris' Baktaş's name. Tabloids have tossed out accusations with reckless confidence, and social media whispered those same lines until they sounded dangerously close to truth. But last night, the charming actor broke his silence in a way that made the entire industry pause. There was no hesitation, no hedging. He denied the rumors outright and delivered a sentence that sent shockwaves through every corner of the fandom. Yağmur Yüksel is the one who lives in my heart. I have never imagined a future with anyone else, and I never will. For weeks, the speculation had been relentless. People on every platform dissected images, invented timelines, and tried to name a supposed secret intimacy between Baris and someone other than her. Fans of the couple were split right down the middle. Some begged for an explanation. Others believed silence was a sign. And yet, through it all, the two stayed quiet until last night. What began as a whisper became a headline. Sources close to the actor say that Baris couldn't stand how the rumor mill was wearing down the peace he'd built with Yağmur. Between scenes and costume changes, he paced and fretted, torn between ignoring the noise and protecting what mattered. According to friends on set, he was anxious right up until the moment he posted. But once he decided, determination took over. He wanted clarity, no vague hints, no teasing words. Just the truth. And what about Yağmur? Those who know her well describe a stillness, a quiet steadiness that holds even in chaos. She read the chatter, saw the photos being compared, and never once sank to the level of the noise. Close friends say her response to the news was measured, almost serene. After Baris spoke, they say she finally let out the breath she had been holding. Relief, yes. But also a renewed confidence in the bond they've built. It isn't a secret that their pairing has fascinated the public. Their appearances together, those glances on carpets, that playful ease in interviews sparked endless debates about how serious it all is. With one firm declaration, he didn't just refute an accusation. He reminded everyone of the foundation they are standing on. Strong. Intentional. Carefully protected. The internet reacted as if a match had been thrown into a lake of oil. Conversation exploded. Fans formed their customary portmanteau of names and turned it into a rallying call, a way to celebrate and defend. Many celebrated the sentence that felt both romantic and unapologetically protective, never with anyone but her. Some debated whether such words push a relationship to another level. And that's where the questions truly began. Does a public vow like that hint at a milestone? Is this the prelude to a ring? Is something bigger quietly on the horizon? From behind the cameras, the murmurs only grew. People who share hallways with Baris say he felt cornered not by guilt, but by the need to keep their world from being chipped away, rumor by rumor. He confided that the talk wasn't just damaging his image, it was scraping at the trust he works hard to keep safe with Yağmur. Between filming sessions he was glued to his phone, forwarding every link, every new rumor, making sure she wasn't blindsided by a headline. And do not underestimate the ripple effect inside the industry. The people who shape what we watch, producers, directors, casting minds, paid attention. We're hearing that some of the projects surrounding them have quietly shifted tone to match the pulse of the moment. There's a buzz that a creative team is considering how to harness the electricity that naturally sparks when their names are mentioned together. One producer was overheard saying, Baris and Yağmur have become the pair viewers can't stop talking about. Their energy doesn't switch off when the camera does. That kind of sentiment carries weight. Friends close to the actress say the declaration emboldened her. They talk about her with admiration, the way she sidesteps drama, the way she chooses each public moment carefully, the way she keeps her feet planted when the ground starts to tilt. Lately, she has been handling her schedule with even more precision, planning appearances so that speculation doesn't swallow the work she's proud of. Yet, despite the frenzy, her trust in him hasn't shaken. She has chosen to believe with her chest open and her eyes clear. This entire swell of emotion has fed back into the digital world. People who have cheered them on from the beginning are now collecting every moment, photos, glimpses, shared looks, and treating them like tiny proofs of something unbreakable. The idea of them stepping into a joint project has popped up again and again, this time with real momentum behind it. What if the words "only with her" are not just a defense but a turning point, a promise that leads not only to private decisions but also to the kind of on-screen pairing that defines an era? If you watch the media carefully, you can feel the air changing. It's as if the couple has crossed an invisible line, from a topic of curiosity to the center of a story about commitment. His statement was firm, her posture was calm and exact. Together, the message landed: this is a new chapter. And once the chapter opens, people start waiting for the next page to turn. In the days that followed, speculation branched out like ivy. Baris has been sprinting through a packed calendar, late shoots, early meetings, hardly any sleep. Yağmur's projects are stacking up too, with new offers crossing her desk just as fast. The busier they get, the more intriguing the quiet spaces between their appearances become. Those who claim they saw them slipping into a quiet cafe with no cameras around talk about a softness between them, a familiar rhythm you only see in people who know that what they have is real. Some friends insist that, despite the scattered weeks and unexpected travel, the pair always find a way back to each other's orbit. Then there are the voices who still try to cast a shadow. A handful of columnists have tried to keep the rumor machine turning, but the counterpoint has grown stronger. These stories exist because the couple is popular, not because they are true. As one commentator put it, the only thing louder than the gossip is their refusal to play its game. And that may be the point of the statement. It wasn't just about clearing his own name, it was also about placing a shield over hers. Their circle says that trust isn't a decorative word for them, it's structure, it's practice. Friends share small details that paint a larger picture: how he rearranged a late-night meeting to support her during a tough rehearsal, how she quietly shielded him from a social ambush by redirecting attention. How they make a habit of stepping outside the echo chamber to talk, really talk, when the noise grows deafening. The devotion people sensed in his words appears just as plainly in the way he responds to her needs without asking for credit. The flood of reactions has been warm, almost protective. People who care about them, not just as stars, but as a pairing, have made it their mission to notice the elegant little moments. A shared umbrella, a subtle hand on a shoulder, a look that says more than a paragraph ever could. Some fan pages have been archiving their timeline with meticulous care. Others say that the declaration felt less like a romantic flourish and more like a statement of intent. It sounded like future tense, like a path being laid brick by brick. What happens next? That's the question circling every dinner table where entertainment is discussed. A quiet agreement seems to be forming. When someone speaks with that much certainty, it's hard to imagine the next steps being small. People are wondering if an engagement is quietly in the air, if a ring has been chosen, if a date has been whispered only among the closest friends. Others think the next move might be professional, an on-screen storm that captures the heat everyone already senses. Even insiders are hedging their predictions with careful smiles. They talk about calendars and locations, about private gatherings where phones are left at the door. They describe a couple who refuses to be rushed by the noise, but who also refuses to be pushed apart by it. One acquaintance said something that might be the most accurate observation of all: they're not trying to prove something to us. They're promising something to each other, and we're just overhearing it. Of course, this moment is also a test of stamina. Fame wants to know how long a promise can hold up under strobe lights. Every new project adds pressure, every red carpet adds speculation, every late-night exit is misread 3 different ways before breakfast. But the mood around them suggests quiet resilience. When he speaks now, he chooses his words with care. When she steps into a room, she holds her own center. Together, they project a sense that what is private will stay private, no matter how loudly people knock. And yet they are not hiding. They show up where they need to be, laugh when something is genuinely funny, slip away when situations feel engineered. There's a practiced elegance to their movements, born out of trial and error and a decision to protect the best parts of their life. The difference after last night is simple: the line in the sand is darker now. The couple has said what needed to be said. Anyone who wants to read more into it is free to, but they will be reading their own story, not the truth. Pay attention to the energy surrounding this moment, because it often tells you what headlines will say next. The claim that he will not imagine a life with anyone else is the kind of public vow that often precedes something decisive. Whether that decision is a ring, a home, a project, or all three, only the people at the center will know until they choose to share. The rest of us will keep watching, looking for the small signals, the knowing smile, the coordinated absence, the sudden week with no public appearances. Whatever is coming, last night's declaration has reshaped the landscape. The gossip machine keeps spinning, but it doesn't feel like it's steering anymore. The narrative belongs, at least for now, to two people who seem determined to write it themselves. When the next page turns, it won't be because the rumor mill forced it. It will be because Baris and Yağmur decided the time was right. And that is where we leave it for today. If you enjoyed spending this time with us, make sure you subscribe to Whispers of Turkish Stars, share this video with the friend who always wants the inside scoop, and come back for the next chapter. Until then, stay tuned, stay kind, and keep your eyes open. The quiet moments are where the truth reveals itself.